like shit today.
Oh, I think you look beautiful today. I love that hat. And you know what? This time it doesn't have dog hair all over it.
How do I look? I feel like I'm puffy and I'm just, ugh, it has just been a wild couple of weekends. It has just been busy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine doing Coachella 2 weekends in a row.
I know. You know what? I'm so upset that I actually didn't drain my savings to go to week two. I should have. Knowing what I do now, I will, I will, in the future, I will consider draining my savings for a weekend at Coachella.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you never know what is gonna come up. You never know if Madonna's gonna
Just,
show up
just, just, just pop out of the floor. Like,
and then pop back into the floor.
you all didn't know this, but Sabrina's a magician. She's gonna make me disappear. Falls through the floor.
Welcome to Dysfunctionally Yours, the podcast where we embrace the chaos, laugh through the struggles, and find hope on the other side of trauma. I'm your host, Brittany, and if you've ever felt like your life was a beautifully messy roller coaster of dysfunction, trust me, you're in good company. Here, we'll have real, raw, and sometimes ridiculous conversations about mental health, relationships, and healing, because let's be honest, life isn't always pretty, but that doesn't mean we can't come out of it stronger and maybe even smiling. So grab a cup of coffee or a glass of bubbles, and let's navigate this wild journey together, dysfunctionally, but never alone.
Welcome back to another episode of Dysfunctional
We are
Yours.
so back.
I'm Brittany and Chris. Oh,
Oh, what
it's gonna be a ride today.
what a weekend it's been.
What a ride. It's gonna be a weekend. It's gonna be an episode. Um I feel like we have a lot to get through today. So like let's just start with an ache and relief of the week.
All right.
And I am prepared for my ache and
Oh,
relief of the week.
okay. We're on it. Well, why don't you go first?
Oh my God. Okay, well,
Ladies first.
don't twist my arm.
Princesses of pop first.
That's me.
Vogue.
What is this?
Strike the pose.
There's nothing to it. Okay. Um, my ache of the week, I had a rough, rough day. Like crisis after crisis after crisis, just a rough, brutal day.
Well, that explains why you didn't respond to my 30
Probably.
TikToks.
No, absolutely.
I was mass
probably.
sending. I was like,
No, probably.
She's going to notice at some point.
No, it was probably that day, and I didn't get through them until like later that night as I was going to bed.
Oh,
I
you're
was
so
like,
committed. I love that you still got through them.
well, I was like, I was gonna doom scroll anyways, so I might as well doom scroll
What's
through.
been sent to me?
Yeah, might as well check it out. Anyway, so I have this rough day. I finally get home from work at like 7:45 at night, which was like not, mind you, this was a day that in my brain I was planning on getting home at probably 4:45, and I was like pumped.
Oh,
So, anyways,
they ruined now.
I
Right.
get home 3 hours after planned. And on my way home, I was like, you know what? It's fine. I have a bottle of wine chilling in the fridge. I'm just gonna have this one little glass, have a little salad, and like be done.
Like some like skinny queen energy, like some wine, a
Some wine,
salad. I'm
salad.
getting off work early. Like, oh my God, like you were thriving.
I was prepared to be
You were
thriving.
prepared to be thriving.
So anyway, I get home and I start prepping my little salad. I've taken my bottle of wine out. I haven't even cracked it open yet. My cat, like the menace that he
Oh
is,
no.
jumps up on the counter and I go to pick him up to put him down onto the ground.
Oh no.
And in the process, he decides to grab said wine bottle and drop it on the ground. And so a brand new unopened bottle of wine hit the ceramic tile floor and shattered everywhere. Everywhere. I've never seen such a messy break in my entire life. I have swept and mopped no less than 7 times this week alone and vacuumed, and I stepped on glass 3 times yesterday. I had to pull slivers of glass out of my foot 3 different times. So, like, this wine bottle just made the biggest mess ever. So now I don't get my my glass of wine.
Not only do you not get your
Now I
wine,
have
you're
to stop what
stepping
I'm
on
doing,
glass.
and I have to clean up this disaster of wine all over the place.
Oh, that would have ruined honestly, the whole weekend would have been ruined.
Well, this was on, like, Tuesday
Oh,
or
yeah, the whole
Wednesday or
week would have
something.
been.
Yeah, it was absolutely just so unfortunate, and I was like, "I will have this glass of wine. You can't tell me nothing right now. Like, fuck you, universe." Because at first I was like, "Well, maybe it's the universe's way of saying, like, hey, Brittany, you don't need a glass of wine tonight."
That's not true.
And then correct. I was
That's
like,
never the case.
actually, the universe is absolutely not telling me that.
If anything, that's even a stronger sign. Go get your wine.
So I had another bottle on my wine rack. Granted, it wasn't chilled, and I went all white trash on it and stuck ice cubes in it and swirled them around, took them out, stuck more in there and swirled them around. So I had halfway watery, halfway cold white wine. Anyways,
We do what we got to do in a pinch.
we do what we got to do in a pinch. I was like, you cannot, as I'm like sticking ice cubes in it, I was like, I don't give a. Like,
I'm enjoying this
I
beverage.
will have this glass of wine. I sat down with my salad. I sat down with my glass of mildly watered down wine, and I watched like one episode of Summer House, and I went to bed, like to doom scroll. But
Oh,
I
okay.
relocated to the next
We're gonna
location.
relocate from the couch to the bed
Right, like to do the wind down. Anyway, so
to
that
do the wine
no
down, the
pun
whole
intended.
routine.
Yeah, like so that sucked actually, right? When you're just really looking forward to that one thing at the end of the day, and
It's
it's
like that
like,
night I just wanted a bath.
yes, yes, 100%.
And everything that can go wrong goes wrong.
Truly. And if there wouldn't have been wine and glass all over, I probably would have just dropped to my knees in the middle of my kitchen and like screamed. I wasn't in a sobbing mode,
probably
but I
still
probably would have like like
and then would have gotten glass all up in my
all up in it. It was
in my
such a
knees.
freaking mess. So that was my ache. My relief of the week, on a different day, my son texts me and he's like, "Want to do dinner tonight?" And I was like,
You want to have dinner
"Yeah, we're having
with moi?
oh, you want a mom date?" And I was like, "Of course."
Cute.
Yeah. So I had dinner with my son one of the days this week, and it was just very, very nice. Like very lovely, very yeah, it was nice. So that was my relief. A
Aw.
little mom moment.
The important thing, what did you have for dinner?
Fajitas and margaritas.
Okay.
Um,
That's
they had buy one, get one free margaritas all day. And I
Oh.
was like, oh. And the last place I went that had buy one, get one margaritas, they basically are serving you water and it wasn't a good margarita. And so I was
Mm.
like, well, whatever. But I didn't know it was buy one. I just ordered it. She's like, just so you know, it's buy one, get one. So like when you finish this one, we'll just bring you another one. And I was like,
Oh,
okay.
all right. Keep
But
it
they were
going.
actually good. They were pretty good margaritas. So anyway, that's what I did.
Nice.
How about you?
My ache, let's start with the ache of the week. I think it's gonna be similar to last week, but in a different context. So like I think my ache last week was Dakota needing some surgery.
Mhm.
Surgery's done. He did really well. Got his teeth cleaned, came out of anesthesia okay. He has kind of an incision. The mass that was removed was the size of a softball.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but they said it came out just fine. Like it took him less than 10 minutes. They just cut him open.
Popped it out.
Yep. Like
That's-
Dr. Pimple Popper. It just
Wow. Okay.
so it'll impact his mobility less now. So overall, it's good, but it's an ache because it was just something extra that I had to like kind of plan for this
Yeah.
week. He hasn't been able to use the stairs, so I've had to carry him up and down the stairs. He can't
Mhm.
play yet
Okay.
either. He doesn't like, and he wants to play. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm fine." I'm like, "Dude, you had surgery. Like you need to like chill for
Yeah.
at least just a week, just a
Yeah.
week
Gotta
of
heal.
like." Relax, don't rough house with
Mhm.
your sister. But so yeah, that was just kind of stressful. I was stressed the day of surgery. I was stressed the night of recovery because he was just kind of like out of it a little bit, a little goofy, just like a little bit whiny. I sat on the floor with him for a little while because he couldn't jump on the couch.
Right.
But he's good. So that's kind of my ache, my
God,
relief
he's
of
okay.
yeah, no,
I know, I wish I could see him. I was excited, but it makes sense why he needs to stay because he does adore me so much.
I
He
know,
needs to
like
give me
he would
hugs.
go crazy. Maybe I'll bring him up.
Well, I understand. If the patient can't keep his composure and stay calm.
And speaking of bringing people up, that goes into my relief of the week.
Oh, yeah. You're such a nerd.
Speaking
That's
of
good.
bringing,
That's good.
speaking of bringing people up, Vogue, Madonna.
Is that you, Snap? There's no sound. Oh,
I
I'm like,
wasn't. I knew how to. I wasn't.
I'm not dumb. You're a gay boy that can't snap? Like RuPaul would be so upset. Okay.
Vogue. I can prove.
This padded like friction
You're
sound.
like, is
and
this
I'm
some
like,
new Gen Z fit trend that
like,
people are
why?
doing?
Okay.
Sabrina Carpenter, who you all know.
Actually, they don't.
They do.
But we'll get into
Yeah.
that.
Well, they do now. I mean, everyone's talking about it now.
They're
If you didn't know before, you
they're
know.
not though. Like the amount of people that don't know who she is interesting.
Well, they gonna.
Okay.
They gonna. Sabrina Carpenter did Weekend 2 at Coachella, and it was even better. That I didn't think it was possible. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
Like that first week, I was like, "Girl, you got this locked down." The lighting was better. Honestly, everything in Weekend 2 is better. I think they figure out all the hiccups of
well,
Weekend
that
1.
makes sense. Yeah.
But like the timing of things was better. The band, everything was great. The water, like, but then here we go. We just have Sabrina being like, doing her little Juno, like, have you ever tried this one? And then all of a sudden, Madonna shoots through the floor.
Right. And this
Crazy.
last week it was pulling in Samuel L. Jackson into her Juno pose. And then this one it's Madonna. I
Madonna.
mean, she did.
They sang 3 songs together. One song is an unreleased new collaboration that is coming out on Madonna's album that Sabrina is featured on. It's really kind of cool full circle moment because you see kind of like a passing of the torch or like a nod from one queen of pop, like giving her approval to this new generation pop girly, and I just love it. I'm here for it. They are.
Question is like, why does Madonna get to keep being the one when she's already passed a torch?
Madonna gave birth to all pop girls.
I'm just
Madonna,
saying, but like, why does she get to keep being the one? If she's actually
Because
passing
she's-
a torch, then it would say that the ones that she's passing to is who is supposed to be taking that on. And we all know none of the ones she's passing to are coherent enough to be able to
and tell Sabrina. Sabrina is coherent. I was gonna say she kind of passed it to Brittany, maybe.
she performed that was
I don't
iconic.
quite
That was
know.
also iconic whenever she performed with Brittany and Christina. Like for its time, that was iconic. So her showing up for Sabrina Carpenter again is iconic. And also, it doesn't negate the fact that people don't understand Sabrina's music because of how she speaks into the microphone. It doesn't change the fact that it doesn't change the fact that
What's that mean?
Christina's music, the actual music of it all sounds the same. You couldn't tell me like it all just sounds the same.
I
But I posted a poll
yeah.
because I was like, okay, like this is no, I posted a poll and the large majority feels I was right. And then other people don't even know who she is. Like the amount of DMs that I got because it wasn't an option on the poll. So I got DMs that were like, don't know who she is, don't know who she is, unfamiliar
But
with
you
her.
know what? Through all of this, they're gonna
You're
learn.
welcome,
Who
Sabrina.
is Sabrina Carpenter?
You-
Oh, she's an internationally full-fledged pop superstar, like the best ever. Like, oh my God. I can't, like, house tour, espresso, sugar talking. Oh my God, so many different. So she played so many good. The budget. I can't say anything that I don't have one negative critique. The outfits, the makeup, the lighting, the hair, the
And no, this is
production.
not just a rerun of last week, I swear. This is all
No, no, this is like
I know it sounds the same, but it's new.
like like I said, I didn't think the second week could get better. It did. I have been rewatching the performances. I have been sharing TikToks.
I know.
I have been doing all of the things to hype up Sabrina, Madonna,
No, fail.
Sabrina.
No, no.
Is that a thing?
Madonna
Can
is
we
gonna
make it a
just
thing?
no, we're not gonna make it a thing.
It is. We're gonna
Madonna is
Sabrina.
gonna stay Madonna because she's Madonna.
And she gave Sabrina approval. So you gotta. There's. I think what's cool about this is you see two.
Never not give Sabrina approval. Like I said, it's not that I don't like.
No, she's a vibe, but she's just not your vibe.
Right, like because I think because I also fell into like the Reddit land of like the internet and found that there as much fandom as there is, there's an equal amount of people that are like, I don't get it. Then there's a different batch of people that don't want to get it because they don't like her provocativeness. And I'm like, that's not me. Girl, you look good. Go strut your stuff. You want to dance around in your sparkly lingerie and your feathers.
Be
and
more
this,
provocative.
Then
like I eat that shit up.
then
Like, yeah.
right, then you do that. Like I will never, if this is how you want to be and this is how you want to perform and you have a platform, like I don't care what your art is. Like you, right? Like and that's always going to change. They thought that Madonna was too provocative. And she was like, yeah, and also fuck you. They got all over. I know I'm bouncing like over people, but like they got
But it's true.
to,
Like all these
Britney
artists
Spears and
Christina Aguilera.
thought they were too provocative, that they were too young, that they were too this, that like the red latex was too much. And it's like, okay, and so now here we are where she's running around, in all of her different outfits. And like, you do you. I like a good Victoria's Secrets runway show too. Like, those women look fantastic. They are gorgeous.
Absolutely.
It is beautiful. So why do I care if one song she's in her little sweater and booty shorts and the next song she's in her like bra and underwear? I do not care.
Like, I don't know how she wore those sweaters because it
had to have been so hot.
It was dot. She had to have been. I mean, she didn't even look like she was sweating.
She didn't even look like she was sweating.
Like she
I was
like
gonna look up the temperature of Coachella, but like
people said it was awful.
Awful. Yeah. Like yes. So I don't know how she did that either. That's commitment for sure. Because that was a whole turtleneck sweater.
No, literally.
And then she put her jacket on.
Oh, I know.
Like, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how she did it. I thought about that too. So, anyways, that's not my beef. I don't have beef. That's not my like qualm with Sabrina Carpenter. Like, I think I don't like her hair. I did say that. But like, aside from that, like, no, she's cute. She's a cute little thing bouncing around and like, you do you. It's just like the music. It's not.
What about the new, we'll circle back to this with the new, we'll see if you like her featured on the new Madonna song.
Yeah, but that's
because it's actually
a song.
I know, but also
Madonna has this beat.
This Madonna song is also more of a dance track, so that's interesting.
Yeah, but Madonna's done dance tracks before.
Maybe
so like
Sabrina will rub off on you during that track. We'll see.
But that would be a Madonna track
featuring.
Just because she's featuring doesn't mean Sabrina made it, and it's still not going to change the things about Sabrina's music that I don't like. So unless Madonna rubs off on Sabrina, I stand 10 toes down where I am.
I hear what you're saying. And it sounds, what I'm hearing you say is you are so pumped for Sabrina.
You got it.
Sabrina.
Sabrina. It's like I didn't say a word. It's like I was
talking to a fucking wall.
It's like I wasn't even fucking
talking.
Okay. This thing on.
But what I think is so cool about this particular collaboration is it was a bit unexpected. It's not like if I were to think of two artists and putting their voices together, it is not like a two people that I would expect to like mesh well together, but I was pleasantly surprised. Like they did sound like pretty good together.
Okay.
I liked their tone. And I think what's interesting about this as well, and for both of them, right? Like Sabrina is a Gen Z pop star. Madonna is a X, Gen X?
Gen X.
or
Yeah.
really a lot of the generation.
I was like, she's
Let's say
10.
80. She started
She
in the
started as a would have been Gen X
yeah.
era.
So like you have Madonna of the older pop generation, you have Sabrina of the newer pop generation, and now you have cross collaboration and you're getting both fan bases.
That's what we're doing here.
Whoa, wowza.
It's like he was talking about us without intending to talk about us.
Oh.
I was on a roll with polls last week. So I put in other polls last week too.
Okay.
Which they're so fun. So you want to switch gears a little bit?
Yeah.
All right.
Switching gears.
Switching gears. We said we were going to talk about dating.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, because we're ever so qualified as the emotionally unavailable, don't give a fuck, don't want to single woman, and the been married forever gay man. But we are obviously qualified. We are obviously gonna have this conversation, and you're gonna eat it up because it's gonna be
This
great.
diamond ring gives me the qualifications
Of dating. He did it so well.
that I got married.
He got married. And I did it so well that I decided protecting my peace was more important.
I did it so well. I kicked that other one out. I was like, now you can actually. I don't want to do this adventure.
Don't want to do
Get the
this.
fuck out of my house.
Actually, so this is funny. This is a funny story a little bit because I was at my dinner date with my youngest. And I was trying to take a picture without having him in it, but having him in it. Like, because I was trying to because we're talking about dating, and one of the most on point, not on point, one of the most
I'm bleak.
yeah. Uh-huh. A dating trend of this time right now is the soft launch, right? Just the subtle picture. So I was like, I'm going to
Oh, I love what I see celebrities do.
So right.
Oh my
I
God.
did my own little soft launch mockery picture with my son, and so I was like had the drinks, and he's
oh, you were like all mysterious about it.
Serious about it. So it's really just like his hands, and like his chain, and I was so annoyed taking the picture because I took a bunch of them, and I was like, why do these look like I just keep chopping off your head? Like, why do these pictures suck? Why do the Instagram girlies get to do this so well? Like, it's just a freaking picture of your hand. Why does this look stupid? And he's like,
the light, everything matters.
He was like, because the Instagram girlies do nothing except sit here and take 300 pictures to get one hand picture. And I was like, I don't have time for that shit. Click, and I took a picture and I posted it. And I was like,
and there's me sending you a photo shoot.
Right. I was like, dinner date. And so.
Oh, is that all you captioned it?
That's all I said was dinner date.
Mysterious.
And so I was like, dinner date. And my son, the one across from me, is like, who else would they think you're with? Like, they're gonna know you're with your son. Like, who else would you be with? Just as matter of fact, like, Brittany would never be with some fucking man and post it online. Like, she would never do that. And I was like, it's okay. And then we're eating, and my oldest calls me, right? Because he's in Virginia.
Yeah.
He calls me, and he was like, I just wanted to say what's up to you guys. And I was like, you guys? And he was like, obvious. And my son does have identifiable tattoos all over his hands. So his brother would know it.
Okay. Okay.
But I was like, you guys, why would you think who do you think I'm
You tried to be all mysterious. Like,
my own
what are you talking about?
And he was like, no, I know you're with Caden. He's like, at first I was like, who the fuck is that? And I had to scroll back, and he was like, oh, Mom wouldn't be with anybody but Caden. I was like, cool. I mean, you're not wrong, but it was funny. So I tell my therapist this story because both my kids are like, you wouldn't be with anybody else, Mom. Nobody's going to even believe this.
Never.
And my therapist was like, that's so sad. And I was like, what's so sad? And
You're like over here like, LOL, I'm such a silly goose. And your therapist is like taking notes down like,
worried about this one. I was like, what's so sad? And she was like, that nobody would think that there was even a possibility that you could be on a dinner date. And I was like,
does your therapist know how horrible men are though? Like, God. Like,
but everybody knows how much I don't want to do that. And she's like, I mean, I guess. I'm like, why is that sad? It was funny. It was a funny thing, which segues into, hi, we're talking about dating.
oh, the trends.
Oh, the trends. So I posted a poll, some polls.
Okay.
And I figured, I don't know, we could just sort of go off of their answers and then have a chat about that and go from there.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
So, question number one. Have you ever been in a situationship? 67% of people said yes. And 33% of people said, no, that sounds like too much work.
That sounds like too much work.
Have you ever been in a situationship?
Have I ever been in a situationship? Oh my God. College was wild. Yeah.
Oh, do you have a story or no?
I gotta think. Oh God.
You're like, no,
You're
I don't.
cut the camera. This wasn't in the script. I guess. Well, how are we? Wait a minute. How are we defining situationship?
Considering it's a made up word, I think you get to define it however you want.
I mean, oh, so there's a lot to digest with
There's
this.
a story there.
Well, there's like, I don't want to say there's multiple situationships, but there's things with different context from different points of time in my life.
Okay.
Uh, well, I mean, it just depended on the vibe and what I was going for at that point in time in my life. Yes, I have.
It's like an all you can eat buffet.
I think reminds me of Katy Perry, Bon Appetit.
Oh no. Poor Katy Perry.
Yeah, she's still canceled.
Yeah, we're gonna leave her there too.
Yes, I have. I have been in a situationship before. I think it was during most of, well, all of them were really during points of my life where, like, because there was a point in my life where I was like, I didn't actually, I don't know if I've ever told you this. I never wanted a serious relationship.
Mhm.
I never wanted to get married.
Sure.
Kids, I was like, if I really want kids, I can, like, because here I was thinking I'm going to be some rich gay. That's like, could just, like, I'll buy this.
Buy a
I'll
child.
go buy a child, right? Like,
Right off the black market.
if I really need one, I can just go, buy one. But it just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't something I was like. I don't know. The thought of like being domesticated and
It's awful.
settling down. Well, and like in the brain of a
Yeah.
18 to 20 however old
Yeah.
year old, like that, the thought of that, I'm like, no, I don't want to be responsible for another
Sure.
person. I don't want to share finances. I don't want to share my toothbrush. I don't want to share I don't want to share anything.
I don't want to share my toothbrush.
This should be a topic too. What do couples share?
Ew.
Like regular, like, do people share
Like,
deodorant?
I
Do
think, like,
people
yeah,
share,
like weird
like,
couple
things like
shit.
that?
We can circle back to that one because I'm sure there's plenty of weird couple shit. But like, my toothbrush.
So yeah, there was just like points in my life where I'm like, I don't want anything serious. I just want to be a young 20 something gay in college, doing what young gays in college do.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I think there some of them I can see like how situationships can also be a little messy though, because if you don't define like what you really want out
I
of
think that's what
it, or
makes it
like,
the situation.
well, yeah, people get messy, people catch feelings when they shouldn't.
Correct.
Um,
Just sounds too complicated. That's why I was like, I think it sounds like too much work. I don't want to put the work into one person, let alone multiple people. Like, that just too much work. I don't care that much. I don't want to do this. And again, like, protect my peace. Like, I'm in this era that everything is about protecting my peace. My social, like, my algorithm protects my peace. What I watch on TV protects my peace. Who I spend time with protects
protects
my
my
peace.
peace.
And who I have cut out of my life, and I've cut out a lot of people, and it's all for my own peace. And it's like, if I'll cut out of my own blood, like,
Like, if it's bad, get
right,
out.
like, if I don't have a problem cutting off blood relatives at the drop of a dime, like, why?
Yep.
Why? What are we doing here? So,
Yep.
no, that's not
It,
my
67% though, that doesn't, I think that
67% 's a lot.
that doesn't surprise me though, to
It
be
doesn't
honest,
surprise me.
because I think people have more situationships and things that spread beyond what people realize. Like, I don't know,
Well,
some people are wild.
and I think
Oh,
there's a lot I don't think that I'm an anomaly. I think more and more and more people want to protect their peace and
mm-hmm.
want
No, I
and
agree.
are okay being on their own, and women especially are way more okay being on their own because they know that they're
I mean,
like
it's not
boss
like a
babes over
man
here
can do
working.
anything right anyway.
Right. And
You
they're
go send them to the store for milk, they come back with a fucking hippo.
oh. um and so people are wanting that, but there is some sort of connection that human beings do want, even if they don't want to be in a full-fledged relationship. That's not saying that they don't want the agreed upon hookup, or they don't want this, or they don't want to be able to be like, yeah, I want to go out tonight, come with me. So I think those types of things are their own kind of form of situationship.
Yep.
So I think it happens a lot.
It's almost like a relationship and like some I don't want to say there's always an emotional connection, but
Mhm.
like I do think that like you were saying, it's just about that connection piece and just
Yeah.
having another person. Like, if you get off of work and you're like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna text my situationship and see if they
Yeah.
want to grab pizza and then Netflix and whatever,
Yeah. Like
and then
100%.
leave it at that, and then, like, kick him out at the end of the night, and then you go to bed, and, like, it's all hunky dory the next
Right.
day. For
Absolutely.
some people, that can be their version of protecting their peace too, because
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? I don't want the relationship.
Set
I
your
don't want
boundaries.
want the baggage.
Mhm.
Just I just want to get dick down every once in a while
Right.
and call it good.
Call it good. Is dating harder now than it used to be? And 100% of people said, yeah, it's a mess.
I honestly, I couldn't imagine. I really cannot imagine actually, like, being serious about, like, date, like, situationship aside, everything aside, like, I'm interested in this person, like, let's talk, let's get to know each, like, I don't wanna do that. I don't want to go through that talking phase. I don't wanna do, I don't wanna share. Well, tell me, like, what do you do for work? What do you do? Like, I don't, like, no.
Baby couldn't handle it.
No. Like, I just don't have any, and then I don't know, part of me is weird, and maybe it's because of, like, the profession that we're in, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, I have trust issue. I'm like, do I really wanna tell this random person
Right.
one
One
thing
thing.
about me? Because my brain is like, "Well, what if you tell them this one thing about you, and then that one piece of information ends up blowing up in your face somehow?"
Mhm.
And so it's just like, better not to share anything at all.
Better not to share. Which I think says a lot about like where we as a society right now feel about vulnerability. Like, we've gotten to a point where we're like, yeah, we're cool being vulnerable, right? We're all like, let's talk, let's be vulnerable, let's have hard conversations. And then also,
But also, let's avoid any
let's
situation that
where you could
that
use my
puts us in a vulnerable position. Right? Like, oh yeah, I'm vulnerable. I have emotional trauma, and
right,
you're not going to fix that for me, and
right.
I'm going to continue to push you away.
Totally. Totally. And I think it is I lost my spot. I think it is harder in the sense of like everybody's working a lot. society sucks. Like, the economy sucks. Everybody is working a lot. You're told that really the only place to meet people is on all of these apps. All of these apps are essentially just a catalog of people to pick who you like the best. Like, you're picking out a t-shirt from Amazon or patio furniture. We're just scrolling
And the
through like
worst,
what looks the
and
best.
honestly, the worst thing about that, in my opinion, it's like you said, it's kind of like shopping for clothes online. Like you pick one and then it shows up at your door. What if it's fucking horrible
Right.
when it shows up and you're like, oh,
Right.
well, actually, no. Like,
Actually,
send back.
no. Right. You're
Send back.
sending back. You're like, and then you start the process all over again. And like, people don't
God.
totally love that either, right? It's that we've lost that, like, meeting a human being organically, right? Like, you go to school, you meet somebody organically. You go to college, you meet somebody organically. Somewhere in the world, we were all meeting people
Even the workplace, like you,
in the workplace, out and about, organic meeting. And there was something about that because you didn't have to put on this show the one and only time. Like, you weren't going to an interview for the rest of your life. There was build up there. You were getting to meet people. You were getting to see personalities. Like, whenever you were opting to date somebody, you were like, oh, I've seen enough that says, yes, I'm interested in this. I like the conversations we have. I like the way I feel when I am around you. I like how I've watched you treat our peers, right? Like, there's just so many other things, and like all of the side conversations, right? Oh yeah, I get to talk. I see you every day or once a week or whatever in class or at work, and we're having like these 10-minute like micro conversations that are like, oh, now I want more of that. Now, like, and that work. That's also how we pick friends. We're not shopping for friends. We're meeting friends organically, and it's coming from these like little micro conversations. Like,
honestly, yeah, that makes me think, like, how did I become friends with all the people I've been friends with in my life?
right, well, you weren't scrolling online. I mean, maybe you were. I do have friends that I've met on TikTok because I've done a lot of work on TikTok since COVID. And so I do actually have friends and friends that I have met physically in person and still talk to and communicate with regularly. And that has come. But that is very few and far between.
Yeah.
Because I think there's 2 or 3 versus the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that I scroll by every day.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not a good example. I just don't want my friends on TikTok to be like, why am I listening to your podcast to support you, bitch, if you can't even acknowledge that, like, we're friends? You can meet people that way. It is just not the normal way, right?
And it's harder. Like, I think it can be harder to build a connection too online because we all have different ways that we talk and express ourselves.
Totally.
Like, I don't know, like when people like text me, for example, like if people are like putting periods, I'm like, oh, you're serious. Like there we got to talk about this. And then but I'm a like an emotional person,
Yeah.
obviously. And so like I'm always putting like all like fun emoji. Like I even do that I know it's kind of a Gen Z thing, but I do that at work too. Like I'll send people smiley faces. I react to messages instead of sometimes like saying like, okay, sounds good. I'm like, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah.
I Yes, I'm such a sarcastic person, right? Like, and I carry a lot of like resting bitch face around with me and things like that. So I think I do a lot of extra things. Like, I might put an extra emoji in there just so that like that very direct or very sarcastic comment like lands the right way. Because I think via text, and my kids have always been like, you can't text us that. Like, I would text, sure, mom, can we go do this? Sure. And they would lose their minds over it. They hated when I said sure.
They'd be like, well, God, just say that we can't go and do this then.
100%.
Like,
100%.
like, just say that
No,
we're the
that's
worst sons in the world. Like,
That's exactly what it is.
like, just fucking put a lock on my door and keep me in the house. God
That's
damn.
exactly what it is. And
I would react that way
that's
too.
crazy. Because if you like ask me a question.
What's your favorite color?
Not that kind of question, Chris. Alone today. Is it just can you hear me?
Is there oh my God, it's like Madonna. Can you hear us?
Oh yeah.
Is this on?
This is on.
Can I go down to the softball field today and play with the other bros, Mom?
Sure.
Well, fuck you then. I guess
crazy.
I'm the horrible
That's
son.
actually so crazy because in my brain, sure is just like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Like,
Yeah, but just sure, it's like, it's just sure. Like
yeah,
sure.
but I feel like
It's not like
if you read, yeah, sure. I feel like if you read, yeah, sure, it reads, yeah, sure. Like fuck you. If you
but see, sure,
just
I take sure as like, sure. Yeah, you know what? Go do it.
See,
Do it then.
so
Do it if you really want. You know what? You're gonna do it anyway. So yeah, go.
okay.
No,
So
I think
that's I like so I tend to use emojis for that reason so that like because I want
put
my
a
things
smiley
to
face
land.
after it or something.
I will put smiley faces.
Okay.
I will do this so that it just lands better. And like chances are, if it didn't feel right and there's not an emoji, you probably read it just how I meant for it to be read. You know what I meant to say.
My current supervisor actually has started talking to me with emoji.
Work text is very different than
well, yes,
like if I'm texting you, but yes.
But still, I need that affirmation that like
I'm not mad at you.
yeah, like I don't know, like I'm just always
It's
like
your generation.
I'm like, God, what did I do that
It's
for?
your generation.
Really?
Yes, you guys are all soft.
I just feel like I need to, even if it's serious, sometimes I'll be like, LOL, no big deal, but like no big deal, like or even asking for help, like, hey, so I sort of maybe need some help with this one thing, but if you can't do it, it's okay. Like, don't be, you know what? Actually, I don't need help. I got it myself.
I can't.
You're clearly mad.
No, I've already fired you. You're fired. I can't do that. Okay. Do you believe if they
There's life after love.
do you fuck man. Do you believe in the statement if they wanted to, they would?
Yes.
The 67% of people said yeah, and then 33% said it depends. You say yes.
No, everyone will 100% put in. I didn't even need to hear the rest of that question. You will 100% put energy into anything that you truly want. If there's even a doubt of like, no, I don't want to do this, like, so I fully believe people will do what they want to do, what they want to put their energy into at the end of the day.
I would lean towards it depends because when I see some of the like if they wanted to they would trends that you see on social media, it's really giving one person that other person saying we can't move forward unless you do the thing. And I think that like you said,
you don't really care about
100%.
Not
that. 100% of people will do what they want to do. So you can't say if they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to, they would chase me. They don't have to chase you. And you have a responsibility in this relationship too. This is very much a 50-50. And those trends and the way people start to view that. And as human beings, we get very like tunnel vision and like, well, if he wanted to talk to me, he would call. And it's like, okay, but did you call him? Well, no. That goes both ways. If you wanted to, you would too, but we're waiting. We're waiting to be chased. We're waiting to be romanced. We're waiting to be wined and dined. And like, who says that that's any one person's space? So, like, I think it depends. I also know the other day that I talked about that I came home, I can't imagine having come home to a fucking human being. Like, that day that I came home, the only use another being would have had in that moment would be to, when they saw this wine bottle shatter all over the place, say, "Oh, sweet Princess Brittany, love of my life, please go sit down and let
on your throne.
On your throne, and let me clean this up, and let me go find you chilled wine." That is the only purpose a person would have had.
So any other
And don't talk to me after that.
Any other reaction would have been completely wrong.
Completely wrong. Completely wrong. There is only because, like, even to say we should have split that 50-50. If you clean this up, I'll go to the store and buy you a chilled bottle. No. I don't want to do this either. I don't want to do this
I
either.
don't want to do any of it.
I don't want to do any of that. And so it's kind of like either way, if I'm going to have to do something I don't want to do, I'd rather not rely on another person.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that if that wouldn't have happened on a day that was less chaotic, that it wouldn't have been like, oh, sure, you know what? That would be great if you could handle that, and I'll go run to the store.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whenever we're like so locked into the if they wanted to, they would, I think it depends on the day. Like sometimes we can't. Like sometimes that goes back to that older thought process of relationships that yes, it would be great if we were always giving 50-50. But the reality of things is that sometimes we're giving 90-10, 80-20,
Whatever.
and then other times that flips. And so it's just about the balance of it all. And so I don't like whenever it's like young, and it is a very social media driven. I don't even want to say that's younger because I think it starts to impact all people. We hear it. It becomes the mantra. We take it in as like our empowerment to be like, well, if they wanted to, they would. Yeah, what'd you
Like
do?
they would text me for,
Right.
but I think that saying though, like if they wanted to, they would. I think that goes for both people.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
so the person that's like, yeah, like waiting for
Mhm.
their gym crush to text them back after they just had a wonderful weekend or something like that. It's like, well, if you want that,
Yeah.
then you send them like text, like, send them a text or like
Right.
give them a call. Like, don't do it like 20 times, but like, make some effort, show that you're interested. And then if that's not reciprocated, then I think you know where you stand.
No, 100%. I mean, I do agree it goes both ways, but that's just not, I don't feel like that's how that gets put out there. It just feels very
Very
one-sided.
one-sided.
And I could be wrong. What do I know? Again, I'm not dating. Would you date multiple people at one time? 70%, or not 70, 17 said yes, why not? 17 said no, it feels wrong. And then 67% of people said, I don't have that much energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not like, and
Right.
I would fall into that
Yep. Me too.
67%. Like, I don't, like, one person is enough. Getting to know one person, and I know there are some people
Yeah.
that will,
Keep a roster.
I mean, God, Love is Blind. I mean, perfect example, like dating all
Yeah.
I have thoughts about that show, but yeah, but something like that, I'm like, no, like, and also, like, how can I keep, like, well, I just told Dan down the street that I
Yes.
am a black belt. Did I tell that to Carlos last week when we were having
Right.
the
Am I?
quesadillas? Like,
Yes.
I can't keep track of like who like, no, it needs to be one person, one at a time, and even that is like one person's enough.
Yeah.
One person's more than enough, actually.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember a time whenever I like was dating, or thought I was gonna be dating, thought that I was gonna do such a thing. And I still didn't like keep a roster of people because I like am really like, well, it's kind of disrespectful. Like I don't want to if I'm because I'm not I was never like I'm going to date just to date. Like there's a purpose in dating. I don't want to have like a different person every day. That does not protect my peace. Um and I remember being like, when people would be like, well, I had a really busy work day. Like, no, I don't have time to meet up for dinner. And in my brain at that time, I was very much like, you have to eat dinner. Everybody eats dinner. And then somewhere along the way, as I grew up and matured a little tiny bit, I'm like,
Actually,
I don't have to eat dinner. I might not eat dinner. And even if I want to eat dinner, I might want to eat dinner in silence and just go to bed immediately
and
after.
you
Like,
know
I
what?
don't
Maybe
have
dinner's just one
capacity.
slice of cake and then we go to
Correct.
like it can be whatever the
Correct.
fuck you want it
And
to be because you're an adult.
because you're an adult. And so I was like, I now more than ever understand like the people. And I feel like I've always dated a little bit older than me, not a ton older than me, but like even like you and Ryan are what, like 6 years apart.
Mhm.
So I feel like I've like always dated that slight little bit older than me. And I'm sure, I mean, you see it show up from time to time, like how, like, where that difference is. And so I'm sure some of it was there. Like I had these people that were like full-fledged, fully invested into their careers,
Yeah.
busy doing all of the things. And I had this newfound like level of freedom because my kids were older and I got to go out more because like one was already moved out of the house and the other one was in his senior year or maybe even graduated at that point. So like I didn't have to do the mom thing. I wasn't in school full time anymore. Like I had a ton of extra time from where it had used to be
Can live
because
your life. Do
I
whatever the
had
fuck you
right
want to
because
do.
I had the two kids and they had recreational activities and I was in school full time and I had to work full time. So I was like busy on the go 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 go. So now my kids, I don't have all of their stuff. They are graduated. I don't have school anymore. I just have this full-time job. I have all kinds of time and I have all kinds of energy and I feel like I should be doing something with all of this time. So I think it was a very different and then now having absorbed and like appreciated how much extra time I do have, I'm like, "Oh no, I don't have time for a person or an extra job
Yeah,
or any
like
of that shit. I have time for what I want to plan for time for."
yeah, like literally imagine going on a date with
No.
someone and then them being like, "Hey, so my family all runs 5Ks every Saturday. Do you want to come do that
No.
for a date?" Like I would rather
I will go to
do anything.
brunch. I will start with bottomless mimosas, and you can meet me there afterwards so that you can refill. I may or may not be toasted.
Yeah, like I love a good 5K. I love fitness, but I'm not doing that for like a relationship thing. Like if I'm gonna do a 5K, it's because I want to do it, not because your little family does that for Thanksgiving, the turkey trot or whatever y'all do.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Um, oh, have you ever gotten the ick and ended things? 100% of people said immediately yes, and 0% said I tried to push through it.
Hmm.
Have you ever gotten the ick and ended things?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Actually in college. Yeah, I think also though, like the reason I ended things is because gays are just can be messy. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I definitely like well, and it's hard too because I think in an age where there's like social media, smartphones, like,
Mhm.
and I think we're in this era of constantly comparing ourselves. So, like, even if you have someone that you're super attracted to, that you're interested in, and everything's going well, I think a younger generation, even younger than me, are constantly wanting more. They want validation. They want to feel like, oh, I'm desirable. I should be wanted. I should be taken care of. And I think maybe that falls into that
Yeah.
one-sided of
Yeah.
like, yeah, why should I be the one to reach out? Like, I'm hot. Like,
Right.
look at me. Like,
If
they
they
can text.
appreciated me, they would reach out to
And
me,
honestly, since they're not reaching out to me, I better go reach out to someone else
to somebody else.
because they're yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And like I think we're doing it to ourselves, but like I think everybody's emotionally unavailable at this point, whether they are intended to be or
Or not.
not, right? Like I said, people want to be alone. People want a different like companionship looks different to people. I Whenever I was younger, I couldn't have imagined like if you would have told me 20 years from now, Brittany, you're going to be saying, I can't imagine the idea of a man being in my house, living in it ever again. I would have told you you were a liar. I would have said there's
You're
no
like,
fucking way. I will always want, have like a partner. I would have said I was like a serial monogamous. Like I like relationships. I like all of this. So we change, we evolve. And I certainly remember when I thought that I needed that, but even that connection looked very different and was probably relatively unhealthy. Not was incredibly unhealthy.
it was probably a little like, well, it was actually majorly toxic.
Majorly awful. And many times I was the problem. Many times I wasn't, but many times I was the problem. And I spent a whole first season of this podcast talking about all of the times Brittany was the problem. So
Be
we
honest, I
won't.
don't think I've ever been the problem. And that's the show. Chris isn't the problem. And cut. Chris, you did great. Take the next week off. You got it, bud.
So yes, but all that to be said, I got the ick one time. Probably one time that I'm like, it's just like in my brain, and I was like, oh no, like cannot 100% this cannot continue for another second. However, we lived together, and so it had to continue until I was able to like make like an evacuation plan. And it was horrific. It was it was just awful, because at that point it was what we had talked about last week. Like, why are you breathing so loud? Why can I hear you chewing? Why are you walking that way? Why do you look that way? Like, why do you breathe air like at all? And so I think when that yeah, no, it was really just like it went from
You're breathing.
it went from like no, so that it came really quick. It probably didn't help that we also had to travel to Hawaii together, because it was like a vacation we had already paid for. And then said human embarrassed me in front of my father and stepmom, which
Would have left them wherever they.
right. It was whenever I heard about it, when my stepmom and dad let me know what had happened, I was mortified. And he had also said, please don't tell Brittany about this, knowing full well that like I would have lost my mind over it. He was eating like, it was like a little buffet, like tapas thing, like a little happy hour at the hotel. And so there was little like tapas or whatever that you could just get. Obviously you're supposed to use fucking tongs and put them on your plate and walk to your table to eat. And he was eating the things directly out of the like hands to mouth, eating it right out of the like the tray that you serve yourself from. And my stepmom was like, what are you doing? So yeah, when I heard that, I was like, I already did not love this and was working on a plan. And then this happened, and I literally moved out like 4 days after returning from Hawaii.
Wow.
Like,
you're like, nope, we're not doing that. We weren't raised in a barn.
It's so gross. I just could not. Like, don't embarrass me. And be an adult. And like my children wouldn't do that. The fact that I've raised children and my children wouldn't do that. You are a grown ass man.
And he kind of had to have known it was wrong if he
said, don't tell Brittany.
The second you say, don't tell so and so, like, you know, you fucked up.
To my stepmother. She's bougie as fuck. Like, if she's bougie as, why weren't you embarrassed doing it in front of her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Anyways, that's our segment on dating. I feel like we could talk about it forever.
Oh,
but like,
I know.
That's our segment on dating. All right, that was fun. That was a fun.
That was a good one.
That was fun.
Next week we should talk about how Miss Spears has been doing. She's been up to a lot. It's been a couple weeks since.
Yeah, she's been doing some things. We'll touch on that. We'll update on everybody on Miss Brittany Spears. All right. Until then, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. New episodes come out every single Monday on YouTube and all streaming platforms. Don't be afraid to be great.
Oh, yeah. Don't be
afraid to be great.